Good evening and welcome to Empower MD Radio with Erica Gordon, where moms everywhere become empowered, feel better, stronger, and confident about who they're intended to be by taking small steps each day toward the life they fully desire and deserve. Erica's a mom expert on a mission to show moms of all ages and stages of motherhood how simple it is to be their number one priority and go after their dreams without sacrificing their family and feeling guilty. A number one best-selling international author, the CEO, founder of Defining Success LLC, an empowerment organization for women, the founder of Moms with Dreams, a support network for moms, and a mom of 4 awesome kids who rock. Erica built her empire and earned her master's degree as a divorced mom working full-time. And now, here's Erica Gordon.
Good evening, good evening, good evening. I'm so happy to have you here with us tonight. I have a very special guest that I'm really looking forward to sharing with you this evening. We had a little bit of a technical difficulty. Sorry for the delay, but we're here. And I'm really excited. Renee's waiting patiently. And before I introduce her, I'd like to tell you about my exciting project that I just recently launched. It's an anthology project that I'm working on. As you all know, I am a best-selling author, and I'm really passionate about helping moms confidently follow their dreams without feeling guilty. Because so many times the mom guilt thing really takes us over and cripples us from moving forward. But I'm on a mission to empower moms everywhere to embrace the woman underneath the mommy role as much as they embrace motherhood. But it's challenging at times to do that. You know, as moms, we have so many things to do, and we're always so busy, and we give so much of ourselves to others, to our children and our spouses and partners, our careers, our family members, and the list goes on and on. But we're natural nurturers, and we do this without thinking. But it's also very important, and I teach all of my clients to replenish and take care of themselves. I teach them to make themselves their number one priority and to take time to reconnect with who they are on the inside. I encourage them to step outside of their mommy role and get back in touch with those dreams. You know, I ask questions like, and you can think of this yourself, what did you love to do before you had kids? What did you dream of doing with your life? And having dreams and pursuing them does not make you selfish. When you identify your why and you're clear on what you want, you don't have to feel guilty for pursuing those goals and dreams. You can feel confident knowing that you're living your purpose and you're using your God-given gifts and talents to make a difference in the lives of others. So that's why I decided to compile my anthology this year. I really want this book to become a source of hope and inspiration. I'm in the process right now of selecting extraordinary women who want to inspire women across the world to live fully by sharing their personal journey with motherhood and the pursuit of their dreams. So if you've ever dreamed of becoming a published author or of sharing your story to empower women, I encourage you to contact me so we can talk more about this amazing opportunity. Because becoming a best-selling author has opened so many doors and enhanced my life and business in so many ways. So I encourage you, if you have a story to tell, now's your chance to share it with the rest of the world. And plus, you never know where that book will end up and how it will change someone's life forever. So I just wanted to share that with all of you. You can contact me directly if it's something that resonates with you. You can reach me via email at ericagordon75@gmail.com, or you can contact Bold Radio Station, www.boldradiostation.com, and leave me a note there. So without any further ado, let's get started. I'm so excited to introduce my lovely guest tonight, Renee Dabney. She is, actually, this is an exciting time for Renee because she's just launching her new website. So I'm really happy to have her here to share all of her juicy tidbits about her business and her life and what she does and how she helps people and helps their business get out there too. So Renee, she holds an associate's degree in education from the Community College of Philadelphia, a bachelor's degree in English from Cornell University, and a master's degree in English from Michigan State University. Renee has taught high school and college level English courses, privately tutored college students, as well as students who speak English as a second language. She specifically helps to prepare high school students for the English portion of the SAT. She has a history in corporate America with a variety of companies from insurance to law firms. Following corporate downsizing and the release from corporate America, the entrepreneurial spirit became evident for Renee to pursue. Today, she's the owner of The Right Bud, which launched in 2013 and provides proofreading, editing, and creative writing services to new and middle-level women business owners, speakers and coaches, and the like. Renee positions herself in the marketplace as a message muse, professional editor, teacher, writer, and content specialist. She promises to assist budding writers and individuals with budding ideas in an easygoing, energetic manner to develop their message through a completion schedule and to release them from the stress of editing. So without any further ado, I will have Renee. Are you there? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hi, Renee.
Hi. Thanks for having me. As a guest today, I'm just so excited. And what you just said, your introduction just resonated with me. I'm over here just shaking my head. I'm about ready to just clap my hands and just jump for joy. Based on what you said about your anthology, I mean, that is just resonating with me so much because that is what I love. I love that.
Oh, thank you so much. You know, it's amazing. When we first met, I told you how it's amazing how, you know, I'm meeting all these incredible women, and it's so funny how, you know, you sit somewhere by yourself thinking, oh, you know, no one else thinks this way. And then you meet all these incredible women from all over the world and all over the country, and we have so many things in common. It's just amazing. It really is amazing. Yeah, so I'm really happy to have you here. Renee, you live in Philadelphia, right?
Yes, Philadelphia. Yes, that's where I'm stationed right now. All my life, born and raised in Philadelphia. I went to Community College of Philadelphia, as you said, and then transferred, and then received my degrees, and then ended up back in Philadelphia. So that's where I am now.
Awesome. Okay, well, let's share a little bit. I mean, I know that the audience is very, very curious to know what it is that you do, because when I first saw your website, I was like, The Right Bud. But now it makes sense. You have budding writers.
Yes.
Right? Okay. So tell us a little bit about what you do and why you're so passionate about this.
Oh, wow. Okay, well, some of it's my background with the English and teaching in high school and in college. And I just, you know, don't want to go back to my childhood, but I just love, you know, reading and writing and strategizing and organizing ideas. And so it always has been like a passion for me throughout since I can ever remember. And so, like you said, after I got downsized from corporate America, although that is what really pushed me to do this, but I realized that I would be doing this for friends and for other people's kids, and I would just freely do it, and I just felt just joyous when I saw the finished product of what I help other people do. And so I said, well, this is just a sign. Let me go on and just, you know, try to just do this on my own. And then as I got into it more, and then now that I'm, you know, started the business in October 2013, and then as I'm gravitating and meeting people and learning what their needs are, I just positioned it as, you know, everything is a thought first, and we take these great thoughts and we develop these, what I'm calling budding thoughts, into great content. And so I just ran with that, and I just love my name, The Right Bud.
Mm-hmm. It's so cute.
a play on words with the writing,
yes.
And then the budding, you know, the budding of the content and the ideas. And so I just feel this is where I belong. This is the first time I will say in my entire life that I feel that this is where I belong the most and my purpose. I feel the most at home and the most joyous when I'm doing this. And so, and just today, I received a testimony from someone who I work with, and it just touched me because that is exactly what she said I helped her do. We did a strategy session together. And she was all over the place, just totally stressed and crazy about this article that she had to get out. And so her testimony just touched me when I read it. I haven't posted it on the website yet, but I will. It's a good one, too. And she said that, Renee, you just really helped me calm me down, and you helped me organize my thoughts and take all of these ideas. So she had all these ideas all over the place. And so out of these ideas became 6 articles that she can develop. And so when she said that, and she said how I helped her organize her thoughts, I see again, that is just, that's my purpose. That is just where I belong. And I enjoy, she's someone who helped other women. And so my whole premise is, I connect my core values, my personal brand, which I'm calling it, which is my core values, with my business brand. So I feel they work one and go together. And so in working with who I'm passionately love to work with are personal growth coaches, speakers, and health coaches. So anyone in those 2 niche areas are just my, the joy to work with. And so the work that this particular woman is doing fits right in that. And so in addition to working with those 2 niche areas, that is part of my core values. So my core values are happiness. I just love when things just work out and I actually make people smile and they're happy with with the product that we construct together. Freedom, and so part of freedom is releasing the potential client from the editing and the stress of editing. I just love to do that. So we put it together and I can just edit it for you. And personal growth, health, and security. So those are my 5 core values that I work off of. And anything that I post on social media or on my website, I blog every Monday. I just love blogging. So I blog every Monday. And in that definitely is the freedom portion. If you read my blogs, you can sense that. And then I add in those other 4 in there, strew them in there somewhere.
Wow.
Yes.
This is awesome. So going back to what you said you feel that this is your purpose. Like, how did it feel when you first discovered your purpose? Because so many women, I know that they struggle with this. They try to, they go through life, or they get to a point in life where they're like, you know what, I just want to know what my purpose is. I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. How did it feel when you finally got to that place in your life? Can you describe that a little bit for us?
Yes, I felt relieved. Because I was, like other women, all over the place, and I did this, I'm going to go do that, and, not that anything's wrong with corporate America, but had I known, during those times, I was searching. What is my purpose? What am I supposed to do? And so that all led up to where I am now. But in with that, I noticed that I love the freedom that I had, particularly when I taught at the college. So, you go in and teach your class and things like that. And so you're not locked into a 9-to-5 or to a cubicle, although I did those things when I was in corporate America. Nothing's wrong with that, if that's what you love and you like to do. But I noticed that I was most comfortable with having that freedom, go and teach my class, have my office hours, okay, and then it wasn't 9 to 5 and 5 days a week. So I knew from there one of my core values was freedom, and then as I started, when I look back on my life and who I helped, freely just helped. I mean, people would call me, Renee, can you help me figure out this sentence, and can you help me figure out that sentence, and I have my cousin has an essay. Can you read over this essay and help them figure it out? And I did some online work at one time where students would send me their essays, and so I would give them ideas of how to make it better. And so just from work, there's always signs. We just have to be in tune enough to know when we're feeling what we're feeling, why we're feeling that way, and then turn that into what brings us the most joy. And that's how I ended up. And that was a long process. It really was a long process of me through the whole, even when I first started, community college, I just thought, oh, I'll just go and be an English teacher. Nothing's wrong with that. And, you know, teaching, I should always be able to do something in teaching. And then as I transferred, so I went from my community college as just being a regular teacher. And then I transferred to Cornell. And in Cornell, it opened up more. Oh, why don't you go just, instead of being a regular teacher, you can go into the professor, become a college professor. See, so it brought that freedom again, where I wouldn't be into the classroom from 8 to 4, 8 to 3 again. So that was a sign that attracted me. And then I went on to Michigan State, and then I just saw different ways that I could maneuver with the skill set that I have, the talents, the gifts, and what I really enjoyed. And so when I left Michigan State, I worked did some substitute teaching, and I worked in corporate America. And still, even in corporate America, I was helping the attorneys rewrite their sentences, and they would come up to me and they would ask me questions, and I would just be joyous and overjoyed in helping them. Although that wasn't what I was positioned to do for my position as just going around and helping. I did a variety of jobs in corporate America, but I just so from that it just led, you know, and then and every night I'm reading something inspirational, something on health, something that relates to my core values. It's almost like a routine or ritual before I turn it for bed at night. And so getting back to your question, you just have to be in tune to how you're feeling about what it is that's happening into your life, and once you get in tune to that and become aware and get that awareness, and then it's a feeling. You'll know. Like when I write a blog or when I write something, I know if I have a feeling that, wow, this is really good. This is going to help someone. This is awesome stuff. So it's you know, it's your intuition, if you want to call that. It's becoming aware of how you feel. Everything is feeling.
I agree. And that's great. Thank you for that, because sometimes it's hard to put in words what it feels like when you are working or living in your purpose. You know, we hear that all the time now. It's become a very common theme in our day, and it's everyone searching for that fulfillment, that thing that gets them up and gets them excited to go to work or start their day or whatever it is that they do to earn a living. And I love how you made it so clear and easy for us to understand what it felt like, because when people say, oh, live in your purpose, I've never heard anyone really explain what that feels like, how you discover, like, how do you know when you know? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And you did a really good job of making that clear for us.
Well,
and
good.
And I'm sure that you made it clear for someone that's listening, like, wow, you know, I wish that I could just find my purpose. And then I also heard you say that it took time. It wasn't an overnight thing. It was a process, right?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Had 10 years ago, 15 years ago, had I really known and sit in the feeling in my life now, oh, wow, who knows where, you know, but I think part of the process is going through figuring it out. I mean, a lot of people don't want to hear that because, oh, I just want to get there. We all just want to get there. But part of the process is really figuring out and going through, you know, back and forth. And it looks like you're going back and forth, but it's guiding you to where you need to go. Everything that I've done in the past, and even you know, the jobs that I've had and going, and it has been much confusion on my end. You know, I'm talking passionately, but there has been times where I have just been confused and just, you know, okay, this isn't for me, so that's a sign there how I'm feeling. But what is? Well, let me figure that out. I don't know, but in the meantime, let me keep doing this until I figure that out. So it's been I say at least 15 years before, and I can actually say this is where my heart is and where I really belong. Everyone who comes in contact with me, that is what comes out. And I'm shocked myself.
Why are you shocked?
Yes, well, because I didn't know this journey would lead me to where I am now. And because of the much confusion and the tumultuous times and just, not knowing what my next steps were, where my next direction was, and seeking out help. And please, somebody help me. No one's there.
Right.
And so this is the first time that I'm actually feeling how I'm feeling and feel that this is where I am really supposed to be. I'm shocked by it because I never thought that I could get to where I am now and actually feel like this. Sometimes when you go through long processes of being confused and not knowing your next steps, you feel that that's all that life is. At least that's how I felt. And so getting to this point is just like jubilation and happiness and I'm just all in what is happening. I mean, look how we met.
I know. It's amazing. So the audience doesn't know, but I'll share with them. One day, just out of the blue, I get a Facebook message asking me, you asked me, do I do business coaching, right?
Yes, exactly.
And then the rest is history. Now you're on my radio show. It's amazing. But we had that synergy from when we first talked, and like I said earlier, it's just amazing how you meet women or people with like-minded passions and ambitions and things like that. And it's almost as if, well, it's not a coincidence, but you start to see more as you grow and have more experiences how people are placed in your life strategically when you don't recognize it. Everything happens for a reason. And as I'm listening to you speak, I'm thinking to myself, my personal journey has been very similar to yours. Going through different trials and tribulations and feeling as though what am I supposed to be doing? How am I going to get there? My life is so different from what I predicted or thought or dreamed it would be. And I never thought that I would get to where I am today. But as I hear you speak, I feel like you're talking to me and it's resonating with me because I am in total agreement with you that once you find your passion or once you figure out your purpose, I should say, it is a sense of relief because you no longer have to try to fit in. Like, can you relate to that? Like trying to put yourself in a box at certain times in your life and it just didn't feel right and you're like, you know what, there's something else I should be doing.
Oh, absolutely. I did that in most of everything that I've done so far up until this point. And so that's where the uncomfortableness comes from. And so when you feel it, like you say, you know when you're not feeling, it's a feeling, and when you're not feeling right, and when you're gravitating and want more, and you're constantly searching and seeking, and that's what you need to do, and that's part of the process. And as you said, how we connected. Now, I asked you something on Facebook about business coaching, and then you wrote back something that connected to my core values. You see how that just happened? That whole connection was something, I have to go back and look at that message. I can't remember what it was, but soon as I read that, I said, oh, I have to speak with her.
Oh, yes, I remember now. It was about, because you asked me what do I do, and I told you that I help women follow their dreams without, my thing, which is what I do, and just helping them be who they're supposed to be, something along that line. And you said, oh, you know what I love? I love women and the whole personal development thing, and so that was our connection.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, I know it. I said I help women develop passion-based businesses that are an extension of who they are and what they love to do. And
that's it.
Yeah.
That's it. That's exactly it.
And that's what I'm hearing from you. And this is why I'm like so in awe of what you're doing, because so if you think about it, right, how often do little girls dream to become a professional message muse or someone who helps other people articulate their message? It's almost as if, as I listen to you talk about your business, it really just is an extension of Renee. You develop this comes out of who you are, what you love. It's not something you can look up and say, oh, I'm going to hire a professional message muse tomorrow. This is literally what you were supposed to be doing, and nobody can do what you're doing. This is you're absolutely working in your purpose.
Yes, and that's what makes it not feel like a job. And it's what makes it not feel like it's difficult, even though there are challenges, with running a business. But it always goes back to if you're doing what you love and what feels right and what you're passionate about and your purpose. You'll fluidly go through any process that becomes challenging for you. And that's what I mean when I say that I'm in a perfect space right now in my life right now with this. Who knows what
sounds like it. I mean, I can hear it all over. I hear peace, I hear happiness, I hear a sense of I know confidence, very confident. There's no doubt or no wavering in your voice when you talk about what it is that you do. I mean, it's all over the place that you're passionate about this, and it's beautiful. And so while we're talking about that, I'd love for you to share, because I'm curious too. So how is it that you help? Let's say a mom, an aspiring mompreneur is listening to us right now, and she has a business idea. Now, do you help them develop the business idea, or do you help them just create content for their website or write articles? How is it that you help entrepreneurs?
Right. Not particularly their business ideas, but any kind of, I guess it would depend on what the business ideas are. I'm focused on the written message because my belief is, as you said earlier with your project, your written message can go anywhere. And I feel that your message is definitely deep, because no one can write your message or have your thoughts except you. We're all unique. And so I help them develop their message into content that makes an impact.
Okay.
So my whole premise is to build a legacy of women messengers whose messages are known to inspire and transform the lives of other people. I feel that is what I'm here to do, to help. It's not about me. It's about me helping these women get their messages out into the public, because there's someone who needs it, someone desperately who needs it, who can value from it, who can share it. I did a blog Monday. And it just touched my heart again when I got the message that someone shared that blog. So that message that I wrote in that blog touched someone, and someone took that and shared it with someone else. And I really feel that's what a written message does. Rather it's a text message, rather it's a book, rather it's a novel, rather it's a sentence, a word.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. I mean, that is so important.
So I can help someone with their business message, as long as it's focused on a specific message. I can help them with, and that would be interesting to see what that is if someone is working in that realm and they're in the business and they need help putting something like that together. So that's another avenue. Yes, and it goes with the personal growth.
Mm-hmm. So when you say putting something like that together, what specifically do you mean? Because we might have someone who's in that position right now listening to us.
Okay. Well, a lot of times what I notice in my background in discussing, talking to people have all these ideas, and they just don't know how to narrow them down and organize them so that it is clear and concise for the reader to get the message that you want them to get. So a lot of time, even myself, when I'm putting things together or content together, I have to go back and look at it and make sure it's clear. So someone who may just even have an idea or have a bunch of ideas. So if they have one idea, I can help them stretch that idea and develop it into whatever it is, whether it's an article that's talking about their business or introducing themselves in their business, or if it's a lot of if there's a lot of content and someone's developing a business, they have maybe like 10 or 15 ideas. I can help them organize those 10 or 15 ideas and develop each one into good content.
Gotcha. That makes a lot of sense. And I'm sure that you're going to help a lot of people. So in essence, in some ways, do you actually write them? Because I was going to ask you, would you consider yourself a ghostwriter on some level? Or do you just give them ideas on how to shape the content and then you kind of send them on their way? Or do you go into actual writing for them?
I do both. I do
Okay.
both. I love ghostwriting. I worked with a woman about the end of last year, and she gave me her ideas, and I gave her topics and headline titles. She likes articles. So we conversed, and so I took to get to know her, to see her feelings and what it is that she was looking for. And I took her comments from the strategy session that we had, and she liked compelling headline titles. So I came up with good compelling headline titles. I explained what the titles meant, and I gave her like 4 or 5 sentences that could be developed into articles based on the headline title. And I gave her about 4 pages of that, and she just loved it, loved it, loved it. So each of those 4, so it was 4 pages of content. So I could take each of those and just develop them into a 1 or 2 page article. So I do that. Yes. Okay. So that would be like ghostwriting, and then also on all of my packages that I offer, I call it the totally free package. So if you want to be totally free, so which goes back to my core value of freedom, and so again, it would be like ghostwriting where I speak with them, and they tell me what they're looking for, and I develop it into content. Now, I'll send it to them, and they give me feedback. I can edit it and that kind of thing. But also, I also like to work collaboratively with individuals. So again, if they have ideas, we can strategize and help them organize those ideas. And if they want, they can write it or pass it over to me, and I can write it for them. Now, if they write it, they can also give it to me, and I can edit it and give them suggestions of, okay, this sentence isn't too clear here. Let's try to fine tune this sentence and fix this a little here. So I do both. I love doing both.
So if a person is struggling and they're like trying to do their own blogs and they have a business, let's say. So I've had a friend of mine who owns a business, and one time she discussed this with me that she would really like to start a blog, just doesn't have the time. So could someone hire you to pretty much contribute weekly or bi-weekly or whatever the case to their blog?
Absolutely. As I said, I love blogging. I blog every Monday. I post a blog every Monday. I absolutely love blogging, and I'll say this to you too. I just launched yesterday a blogging service, my first launch.
Yay, congratulations.
Yes, thank you. I just launched it yesterday, and I titled it Splash into 2014 with a brilliant blog, 4 tips to position yourself as an expert in the marketplace. And so I just feel that a blog is a way to get yourself out there and get yourself visible and highly recognized in your niche industry, because a blog gives you expert positioning. It helps you see, it helps the market see you as the expert in the topics that you write about in your blog. Right. So again, only you can write about those particular topics. Even if there's someone who does similar work, we're all uniquely different. I really feel that. So it's going to come out differently than someone else who is in your industry doing the same. So a blog gives you expert positioning. You as positions yourself as the knowledgeable expert in the industry. It also gives you a professional image. So blogs are usually done consistently. So weekly, I do every week. Some people do it several times a week, but it should give a consistency so that your reader, once you get your audience, they're always expecting it. And so when they're always expecting it, they're looking forward to it, and it allows you to build a rapport with them. And that's what we should be doing as professionals, building a rapport with potential clients or just with people who enjoy what we write or who are connecting and learning and changing their lives by what we write. And so it gives us give the person a professional image. And then this one, I love the third point. It helps you develop.
I'm sorry, Renee. Your phone's breaking up a little bit.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Can you hear me, Renee?
Yeah, I can hear you. Am I clear?
Hope we didn't lose her, guys. Sorry. Hold on one second.
I'm here.
Can you hear me? You can hear me? Okay.
Yes.
Are you? All right. The last thing that you said, I couldn't hear. I just wanted you to repeat the very last thing you said because we missed it.
Okay, so I was given my 4 points from my launch yesterday about blogging. I said expert positioning. Did you get that one? And professional image?
Yes, got that.
Okay, and so I was going on to my third point, which I absolutely love. And it helps, a blog helps a person develop their own unique style. And what I mean by that is your sentence architecture, whether you write short sentences or long sentences, the words you use that can evoke emotion in people. A blog also, the punctuation that you use. And so I really enjoy, I'll use myself as an example, is I don't always, but I really like to give questions. I really like the question mark punctuation. And so I like to ask, throw out questions to people because a question always makes the other person think for an answer. So that's me developing my unique style because I enjoy that. So I always, a lot of times I'll write question sentences. Blog allows you to get creative and develop your own unique style. And then it also, the fourth point is it gains permanence, as what you said. So once a message is written and it's put out into the public, it can go anywhere. So a blog is usually short, but a blog can be taken and developed into an article or a chapter in a book, or it can be developed. The content can be developed into a whole complete book. And with the internet, books can go all over the world.
Right.
So yes. So I just launched that yesterday. So yes, getting to your question, I can help someone put their blogs together, whether they want me to do it for them, or we can collaborate. We can collaborate on it. Yes. So send her to me, Erica.
I will. I definitely will. She's probably listening right now, but you know what? That's a good break for us, real quick. I want to give you a few minutes just in case people are ready to jot down your contact information. Can you share how they can reach you and connect with you? I'll give you can tell them again later, but since we're there, let's just talk about. How can they get in touch with you, Renee, if they wanted to use your blogging service or any of your writing services?
Yes, well, you can go to my website, The Right Bud, TheWrightBud.com, The Right Bud. And you'll see some tabs on my site, and if you see Contact Me, you can set up a consultation with me. Free discovery session, which is a consultation session. Anyone can go there and do that. I can gladly work with, I would love to speak with people on blogs or any of the other services that I offer. But that would be the best way. Or you can send me an email at info@therightbud.com. info@therightbud.com.
Okay.
So either way is good.
Awesome. That's wonderful. Thank you for sharing that. And you're on Facebook too, right?
Yes.
Okay.
It's Facebook.com. So what is it? Facebook.com /The Right Bud. Twitter.com /The Right Bud. Yes. And LinkedIn.com /The Right Bud. Yes.
Okay. Awesome. Before I forget, I want to ask you. I know that your niche is women, but do you work with men too? Can you service male clients?
Absolutely, I can service male clients if they need my help. That would juggle it up a little diversity. Yes. So I don't want to just totally expunge them and just throw any men out of the picture. It's just because they'll need help writing and doing blogs and all that too. That's just just again my heartfelt because as you said with you work with moms, so and moms are and women in general tend to not put themselves ahead and feel that they have good content, or that someone will listen to them, or that their writing is up to par, or they have great content, but they don't know how to get it out. So that's kind of why I focus mainly on women. But no, I'm not biased. I can help men too.
Oh, okay. No, I just wanted to make sure because I didn't want them to sit. There might be someone listening like, man, I really could use her for my business, but they might be intimidated to reach out. So I wanted to make sure it was good. I figured you did, but just wanted to make sure.
Yes. Guys, I can help you too. I can help you too. No prejudice here. Yes.
Right. Okay. So I'm just curious to know, and I'm sure people want to know as well. How did you assign or come up with your core values, and how did you get them to go so well together with your business?
Oh, wow. Well, I was reading a book. Oh, and what is that book? I can't remember the book now, but I was reading a book, and in the book it talked about developing your lifestyle around your core values. And I think, let me see, the book was titled something like Smart Couples Finish Rich. Mm-hmm. It's the Finish Rich guy. I think his website is finishrich.com. And so I was reading that book, and in that it was about how to create a lifestyle, again, that makes you happy and you really enjoy and you like, and, all this good stuff that I was searching and looking for. So there's my process again. And in with that was a section where he gave a seminar, and in that seminar he came up with helping people how to figure out their core values and develop their lives around the core values. And so that was my first indication of figuring out, the lifestyle that I wanted to create for myself. And out of that, it came the core values. And then as I got into the business part of what I'm doing now, branding became this great big, which I had never heard of, but branding became part of how you niche yourself and how you get a name for yourself in the marketplace. So I started working with a woman called Catrice Jackson, and she's this big branding expert. And so from that, which she just touched my heart again, like you and I, Erica, we connected. When you're doing what you're supposed to do, people come out of nowhere and connect with you the way they're supposed to. And part of branding, how we were discussing, was to get with your core values. You see that? Yep. And so I had already figured out my core values. And in discussing with her and putting my brand together, I really liked how she goes on the premise that a business brand and a personal brand are connected, one and the same. So how you are in your business is how you are in your life, because your business brand and your personal brand are both connected. And so when I put that all together, it just, is where I am really supposed to be. Yeah. And so that's how I came up with it. So, and so there you go. Just connecting the lifestyle that I want is also connected to the type of business. The business that I am developing is helping me create the type of lifestyle that I want. It's all connected to my core values.
That's awesome. Thank you for sharing that. Because I know there's someone who's sitting at home like, wow, I don't know how to get started with my business. So would you say the first thing, like what would your advice be for someone, a budding or aspiring entrepreneur who's kind of teetering on the fence with a business idea, not really sure what to do first or how to get started? What would you say, look at your core values first, or what type of advice would you share?
Yes, I would say figure out the lifestyle that you want. And from that particular lifestyle that you want will come about your core values. Again, so for example, I like freedom. I know I don't like to be in the cubicle or held to a 9-to-5, although I've done that and I can do that, but that is not where I feel the most joy and comfort with. And so I knew from that was part of a core value of mine. And right, so, and then from that, I love working out. I love meditating. I just love feeling healthy and good. So from that came the other core value. And happiness. I just love, I just love beautiful things that make me happy. I just love being around good, positive, upbeat people. So that was another core value. Security. And security, not in financial security, but that also is a part of the security, but just in security in if someone gives me something or if I ask someone to help me out, like for instance in the business. And so I need the security of knowing that you're going to do your part because I'm going to do my part and in a timely basis.
Right.
And so you're getting all of those pieces together. And then the personal growth. I just love learning. I just love being around people who give me great ideas, or we're collaborating and great ideas come from that. And they just developed and grow into something, that I couldn't even have imagined, or, joint ventures and just talking and growing. And so, and I think that's a part of being in business. You have to always just kind of be aware of the changes, whether it's technology, what's in your niche area, how to just keep expanding.